Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Good morning, everybody. A little bit late for myself. I don't know what happened. I just overslept. Or maybe not oversleeping. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Good morning. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, oops. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh my Lord Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Whoa, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Yeah. Mute your mic. See if you can do it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Rama.
Thanks for using
Hare Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Ratnakara. So this is about the associates of Lord Chaitanya. After a long time, Shamananda returned to Gauda and gave initiation to Sri Murari and others in Utkala, according to the desire of Prabhu. The identical form of Sri Shamananda Prabhu and Narottam. I have not given many details, but I have tried to present the intimate relationships of Sri Narottam and Sri Shyamananda in a nutshell. In Vrindavan, oh boy, you don't know how to mute your mic, do you? Yeah. Can you ask your son sometime to teach you how to mute your mic? Because it's kind of important. Yeah, I know. Yeah. In Vrindavan, Narottam has been floating in a river of devotional love. Oops, wait a second here. Let's see. I have not given many details, but I have tried to present the intimate relationships of Narottam and Sri Shyamananda in a nutshell. In Vrindavan, Narottam had been floating in the river of devotional love, but due to the wish of Prabhu, he left Vrindavan for Gaudadesh. I shall describe how he went to Gaudadesh. There was a disciple of Narottam named Sri Vishanta, who was born of a Brahmin family and was a great poet. He composes verses, some songs in which he described the travels of Narottam. The song by Vishanta says, "O Prabhu Narottam, the ocean of good qualities. I do not know how Providence has created your tender body, which has conquered the pride of the golden lotus. Being mad in love of Gauranga, giving up the pleasures of riches and enjoying life in Vrindavan, Narottam dedicated himself to the feet of Prabhu Lokanath. Having favored him, Prabhu Lokanath has captivated him and sent him to Gaudadesh. After visiting Gauda, goes to Nilachal and then came back to Gaudadesh. The associates of Prabhu favored him and composed many songs about him. I, Vishanta, the servant of Narottam, say that he has... Oh, brother, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to take it down. Sorry there. It's not working. I mean, this is my life, and I have bzz, 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 bzz. What is that? Yeah. Okay. So thank you. I'm sorry. Just you got to get that mute button. I can't have the, Anyway, thank you. Okay. Being mad in love of Gauranga, giving up the pleasure. Oh, I read that. Okay. All right. The associates of Prabhu favored him and composed many songs about him. I, Vishanta, the servant of Narottam, say that he has reformed heretical demons to a peaceful, devotional people. In this way, Vishanta described the qualities of Narottam. Prabhu Lokanath instructed Narottam to care for the deities of Sri Gauranga Krishna, to serve the Vaishnavas and to sing Sankirtan of Sri Prabhu while he was in Gaudadesh. In sincere observance of that order, Narottam cared for the 6 deities at one time. The names of these beautiful deities were Gauranga, Valavali, Kanta, Sri Krishna, Vraja, Mohan, Radha Raman, and Radha Kanta. In doing so, he followed the practices, strictly engaged himself wholeheartedly in the service of the Vaishnavas. The people of all classes and creeds got enormous pleasure from the Sankirtan sung by Narottam. The people of all classes and creeds got enormous pleasure from the Sankirtan sung by Narottam. The associates of Gauranga and Gaudadesh were very happy to have Narottam in their midst. Sri Janavi Devi, the daughter of Swarya Pandit and the wife of Sri Nityananda, was adored by the whole world. She was an experienced lady in devotional matters, and she loved Narottam very much. She was satisfied by his strong devotional tendencies and by his detachment from worldly pleasures. By his own grace, he had returned to the village of Katori and given the residents his association. I am a worthless person. How can I describe the favor which Jahnavi showered upon Narottam? Sri Thakur Mahasya was a generous person. Whoever received his favor got all his desires fulfilled. Many persons became his disciples, namely Ganga Narayan, Santosh, and many others. All credits went to Narottam for this. Sri Govinda Kaviraj composed some songs which eulogized Narottam. In his songs, he said, "All glories to Narottam Thakur, the emperor of the realm of love and devotion, who is the same nature as Ramachandra Kaviraj. He is the center jewel of the crown like love, and his emotions are like ornaments. He is the center jewel of the crown like love, and his emotions are like ornaments. He gets himself seated on the love-like throne of Katori, with the devotees by his side. He always engages himself in the service of Radha and Madhava, and in explaining the book Sri Bhagavat of Rupa and Sanatan. He who all the time absorbs in Sankirtan without caring a fig for religious or irreligious things, and engages in charity and yoga always. He who all the time absorbs in Sankirtan without caring a fig for religious or irreligious things, and engages in charity and yoga always. As a scholar of Bhagavat and other scripture views of the Pandits on the subjects of Sankhya, Mimamsa, and others. He was a threat to the irreligious people and a benefactor of love to the poor. Only I, Govinda Das, am a worthless person, and I cannot get his favor. The identity of Govinda Das. We'll circle back to that here. Krishna.
Can I ask a question?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. A little bit later. Hold on to it. Yeah. Let's see here. I kind of feel this restlessness in the air. I think I'm going to take everybody down. So you go down for now, and then come back up in a little bit. Okay, come back up in a little bit. This restless energy is just I don't know where it is. Just can't have it, man. I got to do my thing right now. Okay, you go down for now. Okay, all right. So now we'll bring Tom back up in a little bit. Okay, where's this? Oh, here we go. Let's see. Let's pull up. Prabodhananda Nasera, Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi. Let's try that out. Radha, the nectar moon of Radha's sweetness by Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. Standing erect, the hairs of his body rebuke the blossoming champaka flowers. Standing erect, the hairs of his body rebuke the blossoming champaka flowers. Raising his arms again and again, he calls out, Hari, Hari, surrounded by his devotees. Again and again he sings and dances, and streams of tears flow from his eyes and sprinkle the ground. Let us glorify him, Lord Gaur Chandra. Obeisances to the directions that faces Sri Vishnu Banu's daughter. Obeisances that faces the direction of Sri Vishnu Banu's daughter. Obeisances, obeisances to the direction that faces Sri Vishnu Banu's daughter. When the breeze coming from that direction, when the breeze coming from that direction, when the breeze coming from that direction playfully moves the edge of his garment, playfully moves the edge of his garment, when the breeze coming from that direction playfully moves the edge of his garment. Lord Krishna, who cannot be attained, Lord Krishna, Lord Krishna, who cannot be attained by even the kings of the yogis, thinks that his life has become a great success, thinks that his life has become a great success. Yes. Obeisances to the glory of Vishnu Banu's daughter. Obeisances to the glory of Vishnu Banu's daughter. Even Brahma, Shiva, and all the demigods cannot attain. Obeisances to the glories of Vishnu Banu's daughter. Shiva and all the demigods cannot attain the pollen of her lotus feet. Shiva and all the demigods cannot attain the pollen of her lotus feet. Her merciful glance showers the best of all nectars. Her merciful glance showers the best of all nectars. I meditate on the dust of Radha's feet. I meditate on the dust of Radha's feet. I meditate on the dust of Radha's feet. Dust that even Brahma, Shiva, and a great host, Shukadev, Narada, Bhishma, and a host of great saints cannot see. Dust that has limitless power. Dust that has limitless power. Dust that has limitless power. Dust that at once transforms the Supreme Personality of Godhead into Sri Radha's submissive servant. Dust that transforms the Supreme Personality of Godhead into Sri Radha's submissive servant. I meditate on the dust. I meditate on the dust of Sri Radha's feet. I meditate on the dust. I meditate on the dust. I meditate on the dust of Sri Radha's feet. That becomes a Kamadua cow. It becomes a Kamadua cow. To give nectar of ras. To give nectar of ras. To give the nectar of ras. As the devotees celebrate a festival of spiritual love, as the devotees celebrate a festival of spiritual love. Placing this dust on their heads, placing this dust on their heads, placing this dust on their heads, placing this dust on their heads. Oh my God. Placing this dust on their heads. The beautiful gopis attain something even Peacock Feather Krishna desire yearns to attain. The beautiful gopis attain something even Peacock Feather Krishna yearns to attain. Glory to the forest goddess. Glory, all glories to the forest goddess. The forest goddess. All glories to the forest goddess. When wounded by millions of Kamadeva's arrows. When wounded by millions of Kamadeva's arrows. When wounded by millions of Kamadeva's arrows, and the sun fell. She brought him back to life. She brought him back to life by splashing him with many waves of blissful nectar of her touch. She brought him back to life with many blissful waves of the splendor of her touch. Oh, when will the sweet and graceful nectar when will the sweet and graceful nectar? Oh, when will the sweet and graceful nectar ocean that is Sri Radha's face? Oh, when will the sweet and nectar ocean that is Sri Radha's face filled at every moment with waves of sweetness. Filled at every moment with waves of sweetness. Filled at every moment with waves of sweetness. Charm, beauty, in wonderful, beautiful pastimes appear before us. Oh, Krishna. Oh, when will I become a sweeper? Oh, when will I become a sweeper? In the forest courtyard, we're surrounded by many maidservants. The peacock feather-crowned Supreme Personality of Godhead speaks his appeal to the nectar ocean that is Sri Radha. Oh, when will I become a sweeper? In the forest courtyard, we're surrounded by many maidservants. The peacock feather-crowned Supreme Personality of Godhead speaks his appeal to the nectar ocean that is Sri Radha. Oh, my heart, please turn from the great things of this world and run to Vrindavan, where the great treasure, the nectar flood that delivers the devotees from this world, is Sri Radha's name. Oh, my heart, please turn from the great things of this world and run to Vrindavan, where the great treasure, the nectar flood that delivers the devotees from this world, is Sri Radha's name. Oh, Sri Radhe. Oh, Sri Radhe. Oh, Sri Radha. Oh, Sri Radha. Oh, great treasure of bliss. Oh, great treasure of bliss. Oh, Sri Radha. Oh, great treasure of bliss. When, as the best of lovers falls at your feet and begs for the nectar festival of a single embrace, when, as the best of lovers falls at your feet and begs for the nectar festival of a single embrace, will I see you knit your eyebrows and hear you say, no, no? May Sri Radha, who is the personified nectar of perfect spiritual love, may Sri Radha, who is the personified nectar of perfect spiritual love, and the splendor of whose Chandrakanta, jewel-like toenails, glistens amongst the gopis, glistens amongst the gopis, be merciful to me. May Sri Radha, who is the personified nectar of perfect spiritual love, and the splendor of her Chandrakanta, jewel-like toenails, which glistens amongst the gopis, be merciful to me. Oh my God. Oh. Ah. Ah. Oh, Krishna. When will Vrindavan's Queen Radha, when will Vrindavan's Queen Radha, her eyes restless with love and her limbs like waves in the flooding ocean of nectar, place her merciful glance upon me? Oh, when will Radha's Queen, her eyes restless with love and her limbs like waves, her limbs like waves in a flooding ocean of nectar, place her merciful glance upon me? That's all the strength I got for this. This is more than wonderful. Maybe we'll explain some of these. Yes, part of this relish is amazing. Is the revelations on these verses. The understanding of this is, it makes you more ecstatic. See, it's like a competition. It's described actually. Krishna's his beauty, is competing with Radha's beauty, and one of keeps raising them, both of them up, in ecstatic union. Yeah, yeah, the truth about Krishna and the ecstasy of it. So yeah, let's go to the back here and just because there's certain realizations, revelations, getting, you know, reading this literature and how amazing this is. This is perfect poetry. This is describing the spirit, actually. This is so poetically describing the spirit of devotion. Yeah. And Radharani it's the spirit's personified form. Okay. So yeah, so let's go back here. Let's see what we can read here. So we'll do this from the point of explanation if it comes. I meditate on the dust of Radha's feet, dust that even Brahma, Shiva, and Shukadev, Narada, Bhishma, and a host of great saints cannot see. So it's been described that there's been prayers, so many prayers, may I become the dust of the gopis, may I become the dust of the devotees of the Lord, the dust. See, so this dust, see, what is this dust? See, I meditate on the dust of Radha's feet. The dust are the devotees, the real devotees. See, that they're connected. See, they're a part of Radha's, especially like the gopis. They're the girlfriends, the associates, the intimate associates of Radharani. But not just in name, like in name Radha and Krishna and gopis and name. It's the feeling. See? Like this one devotee, she says, can somebody describe what bliss is? And these people keep trying to describe what it is and nobody can do it. See, because the bliss is an ecstatic, it's of the soul, it's of the supreme soul, Radha and Krishna, God. See, so it's not easy to describe unless you're actually a devotee, and then your description will awaken the feeling, will awaken the relationship. So that's why I say, I meditate on the dust of Radha's feet. That's these descriptions from these authorized devotees is like that dust. These devotees are the dust of Radha's feet. They're always stuck to Radharani's transcendental ecstatic body. See, so we meditate on that dust. And this awakens devotion. There's no other real way. See, dust that even Brahma, Shiva, and a great host of great saints cannot see. Generally, they cannot see unless the Lord comes into this world with his devotees and leaves his footprints. These are his footprints here. His footprints are him and his devotees. See, that's why they say the feet of the Lord are his footprints. His footprints have been described by authorized devotees who are actually, they have devotion. And they're empowered to give these descriptions, which awaken this experience of bliss, of the ecstasy of devotion and Radha, especially when you're meditating on the dust. See, these devotees are the dust. Their descriptions are the dust. And unless the Lord came as Radha and Krishna, and came to this world with his intimate devotees, the gopis and the residents of Vrindavan, and other devotees in Dwarka and all. So he came. And then for a while, people remembered this dust. See, the dust of his footprints. See, which are his pastimes with his devotees. See, they remembered and they would recite them, and this would keep people connected to the transcendental Lord. This would awaken them and keep them. But then it starts to become forgotten. That's why Lord Chaitanya came 550 years ago to reveal the glories of Radha and Krishna's pastimes, because they're very rare. There's something they need to be remembered through the whole Kali Yuga, especially his pastimes, actually, because usually Krishna takes offenses. See, so you can't usually chant the Hare Krishna mantra very well with ecstasy, unless you get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And then to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you need to get it through the dust of Lord Chaitanya's feet. That's his real associates, very intimate associate. They're stuck to the transcendental body of the Lord. That's why they laugh and cry like the Lord, because that's the transcendental body of Lord Chaitanya, which is also Radha and Krishna's body. You won't ever hear any of these explanations. Well, you may hear them if you the devotee is empowered to explain these things like this. Otherwise, there's no possibility. Yeah. And these have never been explained before like this. This is a great mercy. That's why I feel I come here every day for this mercy. This mercy is wonderful. This mercy is par excellence. Okay? And gradually, as we're explaining it more and talking about it and relishing it and plundering these jewels, these jewel-like verses from the dust of the feet, meditating on them. See, I meditate on them. See, we're just by chanting these verses, we're meditating on this dust. Yeah, it's by because of the revelation of these devotees. If these devotees are not here, we don't have a connection with any dust of the Lord because we don't know. See, the dust are the devotees stuck to the transcendental body of the Lord. See, they're stuck, glued. The Lord never leaves them, and the devotees never leave the Lord. They're always stuck. Maya is always trying to separate. That's why when you have a bona fide guru and you're trying to make progress to the devotional platform, Maya, you feel like sometimes you're being pulled away or trying to be, but that's only because of the weakness of heart. See, all of these attachments to the world, worldly people, worldly things. Yeah, so for a while, that's like that until we get really close with the Lord and very clear on who and what God is actually. Yeah. So we're just beginning here. You think it's stopping here? Oh, so many revelations came from. See, you can only get these revelations when you're communing with the Lord at this. That's why it looks weird to people in normal consciousness. The normals, the normies. And I include in the normies are the Vaidhi Bhaktas out there. You Vaidhi Bhaktas in ISKCON, you're just to a devotee, you're just a normie. This executing devotional service according to rules, regulations, and ceremonies, and building external temples and external worship, with deities who don't speak to you. Can't speak to you. They can if you're an elevated devotee, but who is that? See, a devotee who's elevated, they chant the holy name and the deity speaks to them in the form of the name. Or the deity, actually go see the deity. They will speak to them. They will get the language. See? So most people are not elevated. Therefore, you need to associate with those who are caught up in this thing that they see. If Brahma, Shiva, and a host of demigods cannot see, but if they want to see, they saw it through these demigods. These host of demigods came at Lord Chaitanya's time because Lord Chaitanya was revealing the glories of Radha and Krishna worship. They came in the passage, Chaitanya Bhagavat, these demigods came, like soldiers, came into the room with Sachi, and she's holding this golden Lord, and they said, please give us this prema bhakti. Please give. See, that's where you got to come. Ultimately, these, you gurus out there, even the big sannyasis, big, according to the eyes of the world, they're not really big in the eyes of God. Only his real ecstatic, intimate devotees are important to him. Not somebody with big titles only. You can have a big title, but do you have big bhakti, man? Do you have this mercy, special mercy of the Lord? Can you relish the dust in the verses of these Goswami literatures in ecstasy? Because you cannot understand, you cannot really relish these days unless you're uplifted into the realm of ecstatic love. And you got the mercy of Radharani and the gopis. Her mercy comes through her girlfriends. You see, the girlfriend is one of the 8 principal gopis is Prabodhananda Saraswati and is Champakalata, I think it's one of the 8 principal gopis. We have she is the dust of Radharani, man. Very intimate girlfriend, principal teacher of these things. See, meditate on this dust. This dust are these verses, man. These verses are non-different than Prabodhananda Saraswati. In other words, on the spiritual level, non-different than Champakalata, if I'm getting it correct. One of the 8 principal gopis. See? Non-different. See, so the devotee travels on that path to Vrindavan. This is the path of Vrindavan. This is the path we're teaching here. This is what you can't get following all those rules and regulations and following all those gurus who don't have such a taste, like you see here every day. Even look at Lalita Ganga. Look at her. Look at Johan reading like they do. Only in ecstasy, only that you've achieved the mercy of the dust of these devotees can you understand these things. And it's headed by mercy of guru, who, if you're a real guru, you're able to access this dust onto the ecstatic platform. It raises you to the ecstatic platform. Otherwise, you're not really an acharya in the Gaudiya lineage, the Gaudiya disciplic line. You're not. I don't care what anybody says. I've proven it right here. You prove it in word and in deed. That's why you don't have to be anything special to be an acharya, a spiritual master in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line. All you need is the mercy. See, all you need is the mercy of the dust of the devotees. See, headed by guru. The guru is the head. They're like the tip of the iceberg that leads to the rest of the iceberg, which is very big beneath the ice. It's like a fulcrum. The guru is a fulcrum, man. Cuts like you ever see. You want to get to Vrindavan, you got to cut. You got to be like an icebreaker, man. Got to break the ice. So you want to go into the what do you call it, North Pole or something. There's a lot of ice obstacles, and you got to be like an icebreaker. You're going through, and you got a lot of potency behind you. Fulcrum, like a pyramid, man. You're going and you're breaking that ice, man. See? That's the guru. That's what he do for you. You got to be behind the guru. See, the guru's got to be in front. You're got to be behind. You break that ice right into Vrindavan. It just moves away all the obstacles, the ice, the putanas, the trinavartas, the agasuras, all of these obstacles, which are, representing the different potencies, protecting Vrindavan from the profane. The ones who won't go in the narrow gate. That's why these gurus, they can't get in. Doesn't matter how big their titles get. You still can't get in. They're thinking mechanically, just like these guys. Mechanically, they want to go to Mars. Mechanically, they want to be immortal. They want to live forever. Always mechanically. Same thing with these gurus. They want to mechanically get to Vrindavan. Well, let's see. Let's make our title. Let's stretch it out really big. You ever see with these titles they got? My God, man. Huge titles. Stretch it way out there, down. Now we'll get to Vrindavan that way. That's mechanical. No, you got to have this ecstatic, devotional mercy that comes through the real line. If you don't go for it, you don't give any respect to it, you just die with a big title. The title stays here. And you're, because there's no potency, you're forgotten. You know how many samadhis they make for mundane so-called Goswamis and all that stuff. They all get forgotten because they're not important. Well, they're not important to God. See? That's the only thing. There's a verse. It says, unless Radha and Krishna had descended to this world, it would be useless. See? Without ecstatic devotion in this world, there's another verse, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Without ecstatic devotion, this whole world is useless. And when ecstatic devotion awakens in your heart, you see that. You see, that you confirm it. You're a living Bhagavat now. Yeah, you're right, man, Lord. Oh boy, I see why that verse is written. Everything is really useless without devotion, man. There's no purification. Everything gets polluted, man. Look where we're at now. Look how polluted things have gotten. The mode of ignorance. You could see with your eyes the mode of ignorance. I walk down the street. All these cameras now. Oh, they're just with gusto putting up cameras so they can imitate God and track and trace everybody. They love it. Oh, this technology. We could take pictures of every. Oh, God, cameras all over here in Playa now. Oh, they got a box there, blinking lights and glass. You can't see the guys in there looking at everybody. And they're flashing pictures of your faces because you're social distancing. See, they got you 6 foot apart so they can see everybody's face. Yeah, this is Maya, man. Yeah? These are people caught up in the modes of nature. See, they're trying to be God. They want to see everybody's face. They want to keep track of everything and categorize everything like God does. See, this is when you're caught up in that. You got to work hard, man. That's hard work. And not only that, it restricts people's freedom. And then ultimately, because whatever you do unto others, you do unto yourself. Whatever restrictions you put on others are put on you ultimately. Whatever freedom you give to others goes towards your freedom. Okay? You notice? Yeah, I'm here I like to free people, man. People think, oh, they're going to go Haridas. He's going to be a guru and he's going to be a control freak and all that. And I'm here to free you. If people, you see what freedom is, man. My devotees who attain the bhakti and devotion and pure love of God are free in that forever. You're free in that, man. That's your freedom. Without surrendering to devotion, surrendering to the understanding that devotion gives, that's where guru. You don't surrender to the guru who represents that, represents Satchidananda. See, Chit is that understanding and that real knowledge, and Ananda, see, that's that ecstatic devotion that it's very pure, very, very worshipable. I worship that. I welcome that every day. Oh Lord, yes, come to me. Come, you're a Chit understanding. Oh, you're Ananda. See, that's a son of God. See, that's the Sat portion, is your eternal body that's energized by Chit and Ananda. See, now we got a sun in this world, a blazing sun, man. It's fire. No wonder Jesus said, while I'm in this world, I'm the light of the world. He's a son of the sun. See? A manifestation of Satchidananda. That's sun-like in this world. There's no other light like that. The sun out there can't illuminate the darkness in your heart, but a devotee can. A real spiritual master can. He can illuminate the darkness in these big gurus that you can't see because they're blind and you're blind. You're blind uncle and you're a blind nephew. This knowledge can, this ecstasy can. You come here for 30 days, then you go over there and you say, boy, this is really dimmed. Everything is dim. You don't know that because you've been in the dim all the time. You've been with glowworms so long, you don't know what a bright fire of real bhakti and real knowledge is. Nobody knows. You don't know what it is to be empowered by the spiritual presence. Yeah, you come here 30 days, you'll find out some revelations you'll get. Maybe. Unless you inside your heart a lot of offenses, and then you got to work those out. But take the chance, it's worth it. You'll benefit always. Yeah, that's a great verse. For a long time, I have not bestowed this unalloyed loving service to me. See? How do you know you have love of God? See, people can't even analyze that now. They're so dumbed down. They're dumbed down in religion, following dumbed down gurus. To be honest, really, they can't even understand that simple verse. It's very simple, no-brainer for a devotee. See, for a long time, I have not bestowed unalloyed loving service to me. See? And they're all trying to attain something that the Lord says, hey, for a long time I have not bestowed. In other words, nobody can get it on their own. You can't get it on your own. Very rare. Okay? Because it's only gotten by grace. Only the Lord can bestow this. Then you might think, well, why don't I just go directly to the Lord? Oh, yeah, well, you got to get the details because people have done that. They've been doing that in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti even. They think, I can go to the Lord directly. Some do, and some said, no, you see, we're going through Guru. We're going through Guru like you're supposed to. Oh, yeah? What kind of Guru are you going? Do they have this unalloyed love of God bestowed upon them by having it from another life and bringing it forth in this life, or getting it from a real Guru like Lalita Ganga and Johan did? Only those mainly two ways. Okay. No, we're still trying to attain it. That's why they build all these temples, man, external temples. They follow all these ceremonies very religiously. See? And hypocritically put themselves up as representatives of Vrindavan and Radha and Krishna, and hypocritically allow themselves, their mundane selves, to be worshipped. That is idolatry. I don't like that. My Lord doesn't like it. He never did. Prabhupada didn't like it. He said, these guys are not qualified to be acharyas. Acharya is a savior. He's your savior, man. Literally, they got to be used by God to bestow this mercy, see? Because that's how he does it now, through the real guru, through the real word, saying, hey, man, you don't hear a bunch of rules coming out of this mouth, do you? Yeah? No, not a bunch of rules. Just two rules coming out of this mouth. Get the mercy of Radha and Krishna. Get this devotion, man, of Radha and Krishna. It's glorious. Come and get it, man. Come and hear and hear and hear until it awakens. The highest path is here for anybody and everybody. You could be a big Jaipataka out there. You can get mercy here. You can get something that'll add to your life eternally. You could be a Radhanath. You come here and you'll get something that'll add to your life eternally that you can't get on your own. You didn't get enough association with Prabhupada. We're here to finish the work, finish the job, give the real word of what is pure devotional service, and to give out that potency, man, because that's the order. Give out that potency, man. Relish it, taste it, describe it, awaken it in others. That's our work here. Liberate souls this way by making them associates of Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna forever. That's our work. Nothing else. Nothing else is important here. Not me going to give you, I'm not here to give you, instructions on how to follow and be a Brahmin, work your whole life on how to become a Brahmin and follow this rule and this thing and that thing and this procedure and that procedure. You can spend your whole life doing that, but that ain't the Bhagavatam. These devotees said, no, hey man, we don't want to spend our lives being Brahmins and learning to be a sannyasi and learning all these external ceremonies. We don't want to spend our precious life doing that. Give us an easy, understandable way to attain the supreme absolute truth, the supreme goal of life. Tell us what it is. Tell us the procedure. It's always the same. Listen to the real devotees who have attained that goal. And if you're really lucky, they'll tell you the confidential truth that usually they just keep here and tell you a bunch of rules and regulations and moral teachings. Well, that time is now. You have somebody that represents the ecstatic platform and not holding it back and throwing a bunch of rules and regulations and ceremonial worship ideas in your head. And then whatever a great man does, come and men follow. And that's why people are still doing that, because the great man was Prabhupada. And what he did and what he preached externally was a mixture of Sankirtan mixed with rules and regulations and vidis and building temples and working for Krishna. That's why there's many people still doing that. Still on that train. Okay, fine. Anybody ready to get on the gravy train now? This is where you're going to get gravy. You ready to get the icing on the cake? What do you just want to eat dry cake all the time? Dry cakes. This is the cherry on top of the cake, the sweet cherry. So for progressive devotees, they'll hear this. So, yeah, great verses. Let's read some of this here, verses here. The transcendental mellows generated from the dealings between the gopis and Krishna cannot be tasted by fruitive activity. See? You can work for Krishna, but you can't taste these relationships that way. Well, I'm working for my guru even. Okay, well, that's fine. That's what you need to do right now, and that's part of your purification. Okay, but you can't taste these transcendental mellows that way. Not yet. You need to go deeper. Okay? Fruitive activity, yogic austerities. You see a lot of people doing yoga. You can't do it. You know, it's like Shama Sundari does yoga. You can't taste these transcendental mellows that way. You see, she's also doing this path. See? Hearing from devotees. Taking shelter of the dust. We're the real devotees are just simply the dust of Krishna's feet. They stuck to it. He's stuck to them. They're stuck to him. They're the dust, man. The Lord moves his feet and they move with him. It's stuck. That dust doesn't come off. Yeah. So this sweetness can only be tasted through the spontaneous love of liberated person. See, through. See, so you notice there's the word, key word, through the spontaneous love. That's the door, man. The door is the spontaneous, ecstatic, intimate devotee of Lord. It's always been that way and always will be that way. They're the door. That's why they come here. That's why they're called saviors, deliverers. They deliver you this package, special present. What is this special package and present? Devotional mellows. See, this love, this Radha's blessings come through them and only them. Because even Brahma, Shiva, and Sukadev, if a devotee doesn't come into this world like that, like those from Vrindavan, you don't get access. You don't even know what it is. The same thing, these Vaidhi Bhaktas, because it wasn't revealed at that point with Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod, see, and Prabhupada. It wasn't revealed more, so we're more extensively revealing what is Vrindavan, man. What is ecstatic love, man? What is devotion? How important is devotion? How important is Radharani, in other words? What is the real path that'll get me there? Just like you got to become like those sages out there, my friends. You got to become like the sages and say, oh, Sutta. That means you got to find a guru like Sutta Goswami, empowered by the transcendental grace of the Lord. And you got to be like them and saying, listen, tell us a way to achieve the highest goal. We're very greedy for that. We want to go to Vrindavan. We read in the books, it's possible, but we don't quite understand the process and the method and what it is. Please describe all these things so we can quickly attain the spiritual world, the Garden of Eden, the paradise of Vrindavan. You know, where there's so much closeness and intimacy with the Supreme Personality of Godhead who has created all the universes. Not just one universe, billions billions. With Brahma's heads, some have 10 billion heads. Tell us, how can we attain that Lord who is so fantastic? Who is he? What is he? Tell us, describe it, show us, put us on the direct path, not the misdirected path by inexperienced gurus, sannyasis, and Brahmins who are claiming to be able to get you there. But they're these cross-eyed persons who say, yeah, go this way. Well, let's see, what's my speculation of the day? They're not there. How can they get you there? They don't know where Vrindavan is. You got to find somebody who knows. You can see they know. They are these verses. Yeah, look at this guy, through this person who chants the holy name with great ecstatic devotion. Yeah, let me go through that door, that path. Right? Pretty simple. No brainer, isn't it? Yeah, I want to understand the love between the gopis and Krishna. Well, it's through the devotees who chant the holy name with great loving ecstasy in the Bhava Vrindavan. They have the real understanding, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. And real knowledge, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Loving ecstasy, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. So funny that verse just rings true every day. Mother Sachimata, Gauranga, for this love, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told you, we'll get it through the mercy of the Vaishnava. Yeah. See, he told his mother, oh yeah. And his mother came and said, yeah, you somehow got the treasure of prema. See, are you like that? Are you coming around now and see, have you studied Prabhupada's books enough, or the Goswami books enough, or heard from Narayan Raj long enough, or these Radhakund Babajis long enough to be able to see that these are the symptoms of prema bhakti in this sangha? Have you gotten enough mercy yet to see that, and to be like, you got to be like Sachimata and say, oh, somehow you devotee, you Lalita Ganga and Johan, you've got the treasure of prema. Can I get this too? See, that's giving. Now you're demonstrating, you're doing the deed. You could be a big guru like Radhanath, and you come to Johan or Lalita Ganga and say, hey, somehow you got the great treasure of prema. See, now you're like, these are the pastimes revived now so people can get it. Yeah, somehow you guys, Lalita Ganga, you got the treasure of prema. Can I also get it? See? And it just from that attitude, you can get that, but you can go and do your guruship, get so many blind followers, and you're a blind uncle, and you're blind, and you die blind to the spiritual reality of ecstatic love of God. And they die blind also because they're following you. They're just followers of a blind uncle. You're blind until you got this prema that you see here every day. You're blind. Your eyes are poked out. See, Bimamangal, of course, said he poked his eyes out, and because he said, now I can see when Krishna came. Now he could really see. And Krishna said, I want to give your eyes back. No, that's okay. Now I see you. I want to stay with that sight. At least this was a distraction. And you notice how Maya is always distracting. Getting you, look over here, look over there, look at this, look at that. Okay? Wild discourse today. I like it. Wild bhakti. It's like wild honey. It's always best in its wild state. That's Vrindavan's wild, man. Informal, relaxed, fun, lots of joking. Yeah. If you kill a demon, you don't do it with finesse. Krishna just takes his fist and sticks it in its mouth and just explode the demon. That's kind of what we do. We just stick the fist in the mouth. No finesse. No needed. No special dissecting with just fist in the mouth of the demon, and it expands and it blows. See, the fist is the truth, man. Just pulverize. See, the Nityananda's club, just boom, boom on the illusion, man. Boom, relentlessly, boom, boom, boom. No mercy for the illusion, man. Just destroy the illusion. Why not? Replace it with something better. Okay. Dust that has limitless power. Dust that at once transforms the Supreme Personality of Godhead into Sri Radha's submissive servant. And the way you know that is how the devotees who wrote these verses know that. You also become a submissive servant. You'll be like these ecstatic Christians. Oh, Holy Spirit. Oh, Holy Spirit. What are they saying if you look deep into that? They're saying, oh, Radha, oh, Spirit of devotion, oh, Holy Spirit that Jesus first revealed to his 11 apostles. And they revealed it to others. Oh, it got everybody else saying, oh, Holy Spirit, oh, Radha. See, you notice the same thing, isn't it? It is that great. And Lord Chaitanya made it more clear and more how glorious this Holy Spirit is and more what it is and who it is and how to get it. It's through these devotees who have the awakening of the Holy Spirit of devotion. Bhakti Devi lives in them and through them. That was Jesus's pastimes there, Karuna. We get everybody in. Yeah. Everybody has a way. There's a little Judas in all of us, actually. You know? Any attachment to Maya makes us a little bit of a Judas. But the beauty is, see, we have Lord Chaitanya's mercy here. Therefore, by the mercy of the Lord, just by tasting the grace of this ecstatic worship, we'll overcome everything. Yeah, dust that has limitless power to transform the personality of Godhead into Sri Radha's submissive servant. And that's the Krishna in us. You feel, you see, then you start doing what Krishna does. You chase, like he chases after devotion. You become on the same page as Krishna. You chase after devotion. See? And then devotion awakens in you. And then devotion is chasing after Krishna. Oh, they chase after, they're chasing it. It's like they're playing tag or something. Chasing after each other. That begins to happen in you. Now you're a servant of Radha and Krishna. What did you think that it was to be a servant of them? To engage in them. You know, all of a sudden the same kind of mood that in Krishna to chase after devotion of Radha becomes in you. You're chasing after that too. And then devotion awakens. And that devotion is chasing after Krishna. Yeah. It's Krishna in the form of these conclusive understanding, these revelations and revealings of intimacy, intimate thoughts, see, like intimate revelations. See? And that it inspires more devotion. See, and more devotion inspires more revelation. See, this is spiritual life, real spirit life. This is its style, man. This is the way Lord Chaitanya was. This is the way Nityananda was. This is the way their real intimate followers are. This is the way you can be also, those who are coming here. You want to be on the same page of the same family? You want that Krishna living inside you and that Radha living inside you, having their pastimes? It's pretty wonderful. Either that or you're going to have the modes of nature living inside you and having these pastimes of the what's coming up now. You know, it's on that page is Draconian Nightmare. George Orwell, 1984, on steroids. And no joke, man, on steroids. They have the technology better than when that movie was made. Hopefully this chases a lot of people over here to be in the transcendental Lord, so that you can say, oh, wow, the pastimes of the Lord protects me. Oh, the name of God chanting in ecstasy protects me. If you say that, let everything come or go, doesn't matter. You're saved. You're saved by becoming a transcendental, eternal associate of the Lord, not just liberated in the oneness of God. That's why, we have some people coming here. If they want to go on, you come here. You can get more than being liberated in this being one with God. You become associated with the Lord. You can taste these transcendental mellows, which is the greatest treasure that's been brought to this world, awakened in the hearts of devotees. Okay? Taste these glories like the Lord himself tasted them. Taste the glories of the dust of these verses like he could and demonstrated, like his intimate devotees could and demonstrated, like Narottam could and demonstrated. See, these are the devotees who are remembered. Why? Because they relish this devotion, makes them real. Yeah, otherwise you just leave kind of useless, more or less useless, just in the pastimes of the world. You come and go with the pastimes of the world. Oh, right now there's a draconian nightmare happening. George Orwell, 1984 on steroids happening. Okay? And then you die you got to experience some of that. And then you come again. Oh, maybe it's more nicer. Maybe not. Maybe you come as this or that, as a dog or as a tree. Who knows? Yeah. Or as a person, what mode did you develop here? Then you just carry that on in your next life and you get a new family, a lot of children to look after again. And you get all attached. And then when you die, you say, oh, where's my child? Then boom, you come back into another body. Get another child. Oh, it's a different one. And you love that one like they're your all in all, and they're going to live forever, and you're going to live forever. And then that doesn't happen. You die. The child grows up or it leaves or dies. Oh, my God. See, that's the pastimes of Maya. See? And your transcendental mellows are dimmed down into material mellows. Oh, my child. It's not like, oh, Krishna, where are you? Oh, where did you go? And that's a great ecstatic feeling because you're attached to the transcendental Lord. There can't be any mundaneness of that. It's your love is for God. And God is better than good. Even feeling separation from God is a great ecstasy for devotees. Okay? See, transcendental mellows. You got to make the transition from tasting the mellows of the world, the mellows of your relationship with material objects, including material persons. Just how it is. And this happens naturally. You come here, you can make the transition. Otherwise, I don't think you're going to do it. I think this is a very rare place. Depends on bhakti. Success of other yoga practices depends on the bhakti they developed. The Jnana Yoga reach out to Brahman. Yeah, it's long past these things. So, what else? I meditate on the dust of Radha's feet, which become like a Kamadua cow, to give the nectar of rasa as the devotees celebrate a great festival of spiritual love. See, I meditate. You see why devotees, say like Lalita, she's reading Govinda Lilamrita. This is from the dust of Krishna, who is Krishna Das Kaviraj. He wrote that book. She's meditating on that book. What is the result? The result is it becomes like a cow, like a nipple. See, it's like a nipple to drink this milk of great spiritual love and ecstasy. See? That's, you ever heard it, if you're with the Prabhupada's movement, they're always saying, oh, don't read the Goswami books. That's too high. That's too high. It's only because you grab hold of that nipple and you don't get any milk from it because you're not purified. Okay? If people come here long enough, you'll get purified, and then you can drink this milk like you could see with your own eyes, devotees doing it. Can any of these gurus drink this milk? Can you see with your own eyes? Have you ever seen Radhanath or Jaipataka or anybody else, any of these thousands of gurus drink this milk? You know, this milk, this nipple, through the nipple of these devotees? Have you seen? Can they do it? Because if they can't, and you can't, and they can't, that means you'll die without this taste, because you got to drink it through these devotees who drink it. See? Through the living devotees. You got to drink it through the living devotees. Yeah. That's how you learn how to drink. Otherwise, you don't know how to drink this. Okay, I'll read some of the comments here. What do you got? No problem, just associated with the Gregorianos, and you will get prem. See, well, he's an experienced devotee. See, he came and associated, listened, and this stuff happened because he wanted that. See, if one follows in the footsteps, another verse, of the inhabitants of Vrindavan out of such transcendental covetedness. See, you know how it says the Bible, thou shalt not covet. See? But that's only when you want the material things of others, that becomes a sin. An act of material greed. See? But when that's applied to the resident of Vrindavan, then it's beautiful. See, when you want to covet, when you greedy spiritually for something spiritual, that is great. Oh yeah, I want to worship. That's called Raganuga Bhakti. See? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said Raganuga Bhakti in his Rag Vartma Chandrika book, very nice book, said simply, you see a devotee worshiping the Lord in intimacy and ecstasy, and you say, oh, I also want to worship like that. Oh, this is very attractive. See? So that's the way you come onto this path. Then that's the way you progress from, say, a Vaidhi level of mentality, of being moral and rules, regulations. See, but if you're a rule, regulations, and a moral type person following moral principles, materially moral things, and that is your path, and then you come to the devotees who are worshiping with the Holy Spirit of devotion, who look a little strange, you know, crying and laughing and moving, jumping around and all that. And you think, oh, I don't like that. Ooh, that's weird. I'm going back to my Vaidhi practices. Well, you're not a candidate for this Raganuga Bhakti path, which is the highest path, which is the most purest path, which gives you the purest heart, which gives you the ability to understand the Srimad Bhagavatam truly from the ecstatic perspective, the deep perspective. You're not interested in that. But your love is very low for God. Okay, oh, Krishna, Radha, I really love you. I really love you. Oh, yeah, well, you really don't. Not really. But go ahead, think that way. See, then a devotee who actually does have love for Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya comes before you, think, "Ooh, who are you? I don't like you. Oh, but I love Radha and Krishna. I love." See, the devotees are the expressions of that love in this world. They're the expression of the love of Krishna. They're the expression of the knowledge, the confidential knowledge of Krishna. But whether they reveal it or not, that's another thing. Well, it's time for the great revealing. Isn't this perfect timing, man? Yeah. It's time for us to chime in into what's going on in the world. See, great revealing. The demons are revealing themselves, the demigods are revealing themselves, and the devotees of the Lord are revealing this path, this most confidential path for the benefit of everybody. Anybody can come here. Anybody can get the highest treasure that you can't get anywhere else. You can anybody, and it's open day. It's open to Jaipataka and Radha and all these guys. It's open to the Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Smith. They could come, potentially anyone could come and get the highest goal of life of Vrindavan, intimate relations with Krishna and Radha. They can come and see if that's not true, what I'm saying even. It's open door policy here, man. Doors open, Facebook Live, but who will come? See? A lot of people won't right now because that's just, they're just, how, you ever go to these people with the mask and they've taken the shot? You ever try to convince them that what they've done is ridiculous? And what they're doing now to put on a mask when you're driving in your car alone and also on the street or even anywhere is ridiculous. You ever try to tell them that? Try it. Okay? It's the same. It's not any different than me going to a Vaidhi Bhakti over on Facebook, which I do a lot. And I say, listen, why don't you come here? Not interested. No. I heard from my friends, my jealous friends. Well, of course they don't know they're jealous, that you're a sahaja. See? That's what the world does when you're in Maya, and that's what religion does when you're believing in religious hypocrites. What's the difference between believing in a religious hypocrite who's an idol saying they worship Vrindavan, the ecstasy of Vrindavan, and can deliver you to Vrindavan? What is the difference between them and Bill Gates and Fauci and these politicians who say, take this thing, it's good for you. Put your mask on, it's good for you. It's good for the world. No, it ain't good for you or the world, but you believe it. That word is your God and has limited you. That word of these gurus is your God and it limits you. That hypocrisy they're speaking and doing and acting, it limits you. It keeps you down in this world. Come do the 30-day challenge and see if you're not liberated from that or not. Do you dare to do that? Well, let's see. This word is for you out there who are inspired that Krishna says, ooh, take notice. This word it's different. It's just like the scriptures say. The word of a great sage is not a word of a great sage. The sage ain't a great sage unless their opinion is different than all these thousands of ISKCON gurus, all these hundreds of Gaudiya Samiti gurus and Gaudiya Math gurus. It's got to be different because we get a different result here. Love of God is preached here. Love of God is demonstrated here. Yeah, it's very different. See, it's the verses personified. It got to be like this. Otherwise, how can the verse be manifest? The word has to be manifest. Did you know how the word is? What do you think the Bible was saying? Jesus Christ was the word. Manifest. That's the guru, man. That's the spiritual master. That's the acharya that's going to get you out of this hell called the material universe. Anybody listen? Ooh. Whoa, we preaching today, man. Watch out when you get a little bit of just a little taste of Radha's grace. That's all it takes. Limitless power to deliver the souls. Whoever believes this word, man, are you going to get a result? You can't get anywhere, man. It's worth it. Yeah. You get Vrindavan, man. What else is there that's of any worth, really? He does not care for the injunctions or reasonings of the Shastra. That is the way of spontaneous love. Okay? That's the way Raganuga Bhakti. If you're thinking right there, see in that book by Vishwanath Chakravarti, he says, if you're thinking, oh, I can't go to Gaurahari's place, that bhakti is too high. Or it can't be that because that bhakti is too high. I have to earn it. Oh, you got to earn this. Well, the Lord said, I came to give it. I the same thing. Now, I already got the order, man. Well, I come here to give it, man. You know, we're here to give it. My Lord gives it here through this Sangha and these devotees here. Okay? And you think you want to attain it, or you're teaching the path. Oh, you attain Krishna's mercy, attain Krishna's mercy. Do it by doing all these rules and regulations and injunctions of the scriptures, right? And our preaching's a little different. We say, no, attain it this way, the easy way. Come into the association of already ecstatic devotees who already have this mercy of bhakti and pure love of God. Just come and bask in the association of these kinds of devotees. And I just say that it make it easy for you. Anybody want the easy path? Am I lying? Am I speculating? Am I exaggerating? No, at all. Not at all. Because this stuff is working like this. Look at people. Look at the bhakti manifesting here, because we're doing the realest of the real paths. The highest truth being preached here. See, directly, we take the Bhagavatam and explain it and make it even more clear. Take Chaitanya Charitamrita principles and make it more clear. Oh, look at this. Take Radha Rasa Siddhanidhi, the highest book in the universe, and make it more clear. Tell me there's not limitless spiritual power pumping through this Sangha here, or what? That making any sense to anybody? Or am I just a madman speaking in the wilderness? Make way straight the way of the Lord. Well, I think we're straightening out everything here. Straightening out the real path for the real mercy and the right away mercy. Get it quick. Get it while it's hot. Yeah, just come into this frying pan here. Let's fry that Maya, man. Let's fry it, man. Let's burn it up, man. So have a great bonfire. Don't we all like bonfire? We're having a bonfire. Just come in here, man, burning up every obstacle in the way, every anartha, everything. Let's have a big bonfire. So this love of Krishna manifests in here, in everybody's heart here. Replying to Johansman, not only is that the easiest and most attractive and natural feeling to do, but it is also the most wonderful association I can imagine. Yeah. Well, if you find any better, let us know. Then we'll all go. Tanner, let's see what Tanner has to say. I thought about what my uncle said in his unknowingness. Love is good, but control is better. I didn't agree with that. Here, we'll explain that. See, Maya is speaking through him truth. But you got to have the right understanding. You have to get this special mercy, and then you can see it. See? So his uncle says, in unknowingness, see, he's in unknowingness, right? But there's a knowing there, though. And he doesn't know what it is. Okay? So love is good, but control is better. Okay? So if you put them together, it's perfect. The verse is perfect. What he's saying is a perfect verse. See, love is good and control is better. So, see, but the control is in a sense better, but it's more or less equal. Because if you have real devotion, real love, you get control over who? The most important person it is to control. See, the difference between the control of God and the control that Bill Gates, say, for example, I don't thank you, Bill Gates, for your preaching. I have nothing against you. I would like to invite you here. Anybody, and Fauci too. You can come here. There's shelter for you, real shelter here, man. You know, these guys are in fear and all of they're so afraid. That's why they act like that, you know. So anyway, and they want their followers to be in fear, so they act on the same platform, except they're on, you know, artificially on another platform. But both are in fear. Both parties are in fear. Fear and anxieties, unlimited fear and anxiety, all of them. Anyway, that's what it is when you're a servant of Maya, you know, the Lord's illusory potency. See, so Bill Gates is thinking, yes, control is better. You know, I want to control the world. See, then I'll feel great. See, that greatness is this thing. They think I can have love, this good feeling if I get control over the world. See, this is what I love to do. See, their love is motivating them to try to control the whole world, track and trace it, reduce it, act like God. Basically, like be a God on this planet. See, be an authority. Oh, look, they're listening to what I'm doing, what I'm telling them to do. They're doing it. Wow, man, I am powerful. I'm a great king in this world. Look at all the respect I'm getting from these blind people. Of course, they're not thinking they're, well, no, they're probably thinking they are blind. They know that. See? So the real way to do this is control comes from love. See, when love of God awakens by getting this mercy, getting this gift, then you get control over what's really important, basically who is really important. And that's the Lord. Because of your love in your heart awakened, the Lord comes to you. Now he just is attracted to come to you. Wow, there's a devotee here who loves me. Oh, you see what comes to you. How does he come to you? He comes to you as the absolute revelation and realization. He comes to you as the real supreme protector of you in this world, even in the world, even physically. He'll give you the intelligence not to get that. He'll give you the intelligence that doesn't do any good. That's just physically. And then he'll lead you spiritually onto the right path. He'll teach you and show you that devotion is the greatest thing. So spiritual master initiates your real spiritual life into this relationship with Radha and Krishna. Initiates it. See, gets it going. Not initiates, wraps a thread around. That's okay for beginners. Oh, let us wrap this material thread around you. Give me that banana. This represents your sin, just like the dry wafer and that unintoxicating grape juice represents the transcendental Lord. But it doesn't really. It's just a symbol, a shadow of the truth. No, this isn't. You want to, people say, I want an initiation of Raga. You come here regularly every day, you're getting initiated into Raga, where this automatically, spontaneously initiates and ignites your attractiveness to Vrindavan, initiates this bhakti, this love, burns away all of these anarthas and karmas in the fire of sadhu sangha. And then you can say, boy, I can relate to Maharaj Parikshit. He just sat before a devotee and heard the topics of Krishna discussed and chanted with him. And simply by that, he went back to God. Boy, I feel that. I'm also, Godhead is coming to me, man. I don't even have to go back anywhere. Tendency to make things complicated. Yeah, that's true. Well, to make things complicated, you can't help it. You're caught up in the complicated meshes of the modes of nature. This path uncomplicates everything, makes everything easier. Everything. Look at these people who are struggling, to attain Krishna, chanting 16 rounds or 1 lakh in association of those who have not attained Krishna. So it's harder for everybody. Harder for the gurus. They're a little bewildered themselves. Their followers are a little bewildered, and they're all speculating. They're thinking, well, this is their knowledge. They're acting on this path and in this world according to the limitations of their knowledge. Okay? If any of them, either the leaders or the followers, come here and hear from the devotees who are under the shelter of the dust, they have the shelter, they have the ecstasy, they have that love of God, devotion, ecstatic worship. You come here, your eyes are opened, everything becomes easier. The path is easier. You realize, when you come and then you start chanting in ecstasy, you realize, oh, this is all I need to do is chant the holy name. Now the name is holy to me. It's sacred. It protects me. See, it protects me. Yeah. Apocalypse, all is uncovered. Yeah, apocalypse, all is uncovered. Yeah, is exactly what it is. And this is important to uncover, wouldn't you say? This is an alternative. This is a very special option for the world. Yeah. Narada Muni said to Gopakumara, because see, Gopakumara, first of all, he chanted the holy name and he felt this union with the Lord. He just, the holy name was very powerful. It detached him from the world. It attached him to God, all this. And so he's very attracted to the pastimes of the Lord. And Narada Muni says, may you be protected by the pastimes of the Lord. So what is the deep meaning of that? Well, one thing comes to mind. So one thing that comes to mind, maybe stop commenting for a while, Karuna. I don't know. It's just interrupting. Maybe just listen, listen more, try to focus more. That's, what was my train here? See, I forgot what I was saying. You got to just listen, man. Just listen. That's all I can say. All right. So anyway, let's see where we're at here. I meditate on the dust of Radha's feet, dust that becomes a Kamadua cow, to give the nectar of Ras as the devotees celebrate a festival of spiritual love. Yeah, so anyway, people have to become qualified in this way. You come and associate with devotees, and then you become qualified to drink this nectar from the dust. The dust are these verses. The verses are non-different than the personal association of these devotees. That's why Prabhupada said, I will live forever in my books. See, he's the glorification of the sound vibration and the writings of these devotees are these nipples that the devotees drink nectar of this love of Krishna, love of God. So that's why you got to come into their association, and then you'll get that kind of protection too. Then the pastimes of the Lord protect you. You don't need any other method of purification. All you need is just keep on tasting this nectar of loving God, loving God, loving God. It keeps destroying all obstacles, just parts them out of the way. It's the icebreaker. Breaking the ice with Krishna, just like the word, breaking the ice with some beautiful woman or man, you got to break the ice, right? What's in the way of your connecting and communing? See, Sadhu Sangha is the icebreaker, breaks the ice between your relationship and with Krishna and Radha and devotion. See, breaks the ice. See, Sadhu Sangha. You're with a real devotee, a real spiritual master, empowered by the Transcendental Lord to break the ice between your soul and him. Okay? So that you can feel God, that you can also get the shelter like the guru has a shelter. What good is it to have a guru that doesn't have the transcendental shelter of the Lord, doesn't have transcendental taste for the ecstatic worship of the holy name of God and his pastimes? Not much good. Can't help you very well. Why did this go like this? I don't know why we got this thing here. I'm going to refresh this here, see what happens. I'll be right back. Don't go. Did it again. Okay. Okay. See if we got to see if this is working. Yeah, can somebody leave a comment if you can hear me? This is doing something funny here. Yeah, just somebody leave a comment so I can see if we're broadcasting all right. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, and this is fantastic. This is great, man. Thank you, Radha and Prabodhanandana Saraswati, for your mercy. Let's see what else we can get here. All right. Yeah, the internet's been pretty good here. Okay. Glory to the forest goddess. When wounded by many millions of Kamadeva's arrows, Nanda's son fell. She brought him back to life by splashing him by many waves of blissful nectar of her touch. I explained this before. The beautiful explanation of this is when Nanda's son fell, wounded by millions of Kamadeva's arrows. One way you could look at it is from our point of view. See, Nanda's son fell. That's, you see, everybody in a sense ultimately is a son of God. See, and you're brought into becoming a son of God through the Son, through the arisen Son, where the Son is arisen in the devotee. See, that's the big brother, the spiritual master. See, so the Son has been dimmed out. That's the soul. The soul has been dimmed out because it's wounded by Kamadev's arrows. What does Kamadev's arrows represent for us in this world? See, our Son, the soul has been dimmed down, has been covered because it's wounded by lust. See, Kamadev's arrows is lust for money, lust for children, lust for buildings, lust for material things. See, wounded. See, he's wounded by Kamadev's arrows. See, the lust of the world. Cupid represents love of the world, not love of God, love of the world. You know, love between man and woman and child and father and son and all that stuff. Okay, that's fine. That's human love. We need something more if you want to be liberated. You need a higher quality of love. See? There's now Radha represents devotion. This is why the saviors come bearing devotion. See? They come to awaken devotion in us. See, now when you see this verse, you see when this love comes to you, see, revives you. It revives Nanda's son. See, now you see, Jesus, the Father came to Jesus and said, "Son, see, my son, see, in whom I'm well pleased." See, well pleased here. It's my son. See, his son. And you become a son. And that's why you see Jesus was the firstborn in that sense. First fruit of this intimate relationship. And then so St. John preaches the path in his book. He said, those who receive Jesus are born not of flesh and blood, but born of the word. See, the word is the truth. The truth will set you free. What truth? These truths we speak here every day. These truths are not spoken by those thousands of gurus in ISKCON or any of the Gaudiya Samiti, because you got to be the manifestation of the word in this world. You got to be truly used by that sun of the spiritual world, the sun, the bright sun of that spiritual here on this planet. That means bright, conclusive truth, bright, dazzling, shining, a light in this world so you can see what is real. What is the real goal? What is the real path? See, that's what the Son of God does. See, God's is the truth, is the ultimate Son, and he radiates in this world through his associates, through the bona fide acharya, bona fide spiritual master. You get such a clear conception of what life is about, the essence, in no other way. That's why, if you're a real guru, if you're out of those thousands, there's one, it's this style, man. You will radiate. You'll be a true son of God in this world. You're the son of that ultimate Son. If you're not that, you're not a ray of Vishnu, move aside, man, because we're building them here. We're converting them and making them here. Dazzling sons, man. You know? Isn't this what we need at this time? How is the darkness going to be dissipated in here? Why do you think Prabhupada wrote the Bhagavatam, man? Why do you think we're preaching the real Bhagavatam here? To dazzle this sun in this world, to show its dazzling radiance. See? And to show this light so that people can follow this light. See? To the end of the tunnel and enter Vrindavan. Devotees, they're like that tarot card. They hold the light, the hermit. He's holding the light, man. That light. That this is the light of truth. The truth about ecstatic worship, man. We need more of that light, man. The truth about the glories of it. The truth about the revelations of the real understanding of how to get there. Whereas the real path is the understanding of the devotee and the ecstasy of the devotee. That's why it's glorified in Narottam's song. From that spiritual master, ecstatic prema emanates. And by his word or her word, ignorance is destroyed. See? And this is a Prabhupada quote. I like this. This is why I love Prabhupada. Say, man, this is blood life. You want the blood of Jesus, man? It's his words. You want the blood of Prabhupada? It's their words, his words. So the life aim is to return back to the spiritual world. Okay? And to explain that a little more. So a neophyte will think, oh yeah, I want to go back to God. I want to be with Krishna. I want to go back to God. And I don't want to be in the material world. That's not really a pure devotee. The Lord, the devotee, the real purified heart of a devotee is thinking, hey, Lord, man, just whether I'm in the material world or the spiritual world, just be with me forever. That's all I want. Let us get together and dance, man. Let's have a dance. And from that dance, I'll do and you'll do, and everything will come from this beautiful poetic dance of our meeting. What do you think these classes are? Just a dance, man. I'm just having a dance with my Lord. Okay? And from that, everything comes. Okay? Inspiration comes, purification comes, disciples come, just from dancing with God. This becomes attractive to intelligent people, or the intelligence Krishna gives them. Oh, yeah, man, I want to dance with God too. It should be attractive. If it isn't, well, you think that's dancing out there? Are these gurus dancing? Are these Brahmins, sannyasis dancing with the Lord? Are they in the rasa dance? Is that rasa transcendental? You can see it's transcendental here. It's no brainer, obvious. If you don't, you're just an illusionist, man. You're just an illusion. You're like these demons, trying to create an illusion. Oh, Gohar, he's a sajja. Don't go over there. Oh, Gohar, he's a sajja. Don't go over there. Oh, you're an illusionist. Anybody saying that? No, this is so real. You come here 30 days, I'll prove that this is real, man. This is as real as you're going to get. This is true as you're going to get. This is as ecstatic as you're going to get. Well, that's not really true, actually, because it'll become more ecstatic. If you want to come on, Tom, and ask your question, you can now. So material love is full of suffering and many different kinds of pain, trials, tribulations. To know and experience this higher pure love is such an unbelievable, amazing gift and can change your entire perspective on everything. See, experienced devotee. See? A little waitress there, food service waitress. She's coming here and getting a result. See, this is our Lord, my Lord, your Lord, your Lord's, the true Lord. It's not a respecter of anybody. He just wants to see who likes to associate with my devotee, likes to associate with me, because they get my association through that devotee and no other way. If you don't like this association here, you don't like the ecstatic worship here, you don't know who you're worshiping, you gurus out there, you sannyasis out there, you blind followers out there, don't know the Lord you're worshiping, but we do. We can say, like Jesus said, we know who we worship, but you don't. Would you like to know? Well, you're going to have to come here. You're going to have to come into this association. See, we know what it is to be wounded by Kamadev's arrows in this material world. I know. And I know what it is to be revived by being splashed by Radharani's real true love and that grace of being able to take milk from the nipples of a real cow, Kamadua cow, of Prabodhanandana Saraswati Thakur's verses. I know that too. See, that's an experienced devotee. I highly doubt there's any spiritual teacher, guru in that ISKCON or anything like that. If there is, prove it. It's time for the apocalypse. See, apocalypse. Boy, that's an amazing word coming from Krishna. You didn't know the apocalypse is the battle of the lips. Apocalypse. 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 We're part of the apocalypse. See, there's things coming from these lips, huh? There's things coming from Fauci's lips. See, it's a battle of the lips. See, this is called lip service, man. They're doing lip service. They got the mainstream media, you know. Kempo, babe, sacrifice. I'll look at that later. Yeah. See, battle of the lips, Tom. That's what it is, isn't it? Battle of the lips. You got Fauci's lips there. You got the mainstream media's lips there going. You got Trump's lips going, Biden's bumbling lips going, and you got our lips going. You got the guru's lips going, man. With battle of the lips. This is the apocalypse situation. This is a great revelation, Tom. Isn't that amazing? Apocalypse. Krishna is really friggin' funny, man. How he puts these things together. Now that is of this whole class, this is the greatest revelation. This is the apocalypse. It's all about lip service, man. People thought it was a bad thing doing lip service. No, actually it can be a powerful thing. We're proving it here. A lot of lip service. That's why kissing's there. It's considered the highest service to Krishna is kissing. But transcendental kissing, you got to get that transcendental lips going, man. I want to dance. Yeah, there we go. Amy, loose lips sink ships, and Maya is the ship. This is true lip service. Yeah, that's right. Our lip service. See, loose lips sink Maya's ships. That's why these lips get very loose when they drink this nectar coming from the Kamadua cow of the dust of Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur's glorification of Radha and Krishna. Or Radharani mainly here. Yeah, these lips get really greased, man, very loose, man. Just drinking that nectar, man. It's nice. And then you do real lip service, man. Lip service, the best of all services. Oh, look at it. The whole world was created by the word, right? Well, just one word from God. His lips coming from the, lips are part of the word, right? You can't, without the lips, you can't form a word, right? So from lip service, this whole world was created and activated. So why can't we initiate people's spiritual life by lip service? As a matter of fact, that's conclusive. That's the way it is. Look at Maharaj Parikshit. He attained the kingdom of God by lip service, the lip service of Shukadeva Goswami. See, when you chant the holy name in ecstasy, you're doing lip service, right? Lip service. The greatest of all services, especially when ecstatic love is manifesting. See, lip service. Lord Chaitanya even glorified lip service. He said, those who chant the holy name, he said, are performing 9 processes of devotional service. They're hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, surrendering, padama sevanam, going around, looking at Krishna around the hill. Yeah, paying obeisances, everything is in that lip service to the name. So, hey man, I didn't know lip service was so important. Why I'm doing lip service to get Tom to hug himself or hug Krishna. Hey, power of lip service to get you to hug Krishna, man. So don't anybody put down lip service. Lip service is a great service when it's done rightly. We're having a battle of lips here, man. It's only a bunch of lips going on here in this world. Battle against Fauci's lips and Bill Gates' lips and Jai Pataka's lips and Radhana's lips. Let's see what lips will win in this battle. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. This apocalypse, sir, this service of the apocalypse. It's hard to let this one go. This is a good one, man. Now you can read Chaitanya Charitamrita about the glories of Krishna's lips. Actually, there's a whole chapter on this. Those lips of Krishna. Ooh. In the beginning, there were the lips. So, Tom, ask your question. What is your question?
Yeah, that's why I wrote it in the comments.
You wrote it in the comments. Read it.
But I cannot scroll back because it was too far.
Okay. All right, so you want me to read it?
Some other person can do it.
Okay, I'll read it. Is this the one, Kempo? No, that's somebody else. Okay, you wrote
started with, I have, this is my question.
Okay. So, okay. Do you remember? Can you just...
It was
okay. All right. So this is the real aim of life. Is that one? No.
No.
Before that?
Yeah, it was very in the start of the.
Oh, in the start. Okay. Oh, yeah. I can't go back to that because I refreshed.
That's the problem I also have. So I asked if somebody else could. Yes, here it is. Thank you, Amy.
Okay, you read it.
So you were reading about Narottam. He was not interested in religion and non-religion, but he was interested in real. He was interested in real yoga. That was the text you were reading.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Actually, he was not interested in religion or non-religious things.
Yes.
I mean, he was so advanced. A lot of these people, they were from Vrindavan. I mean, really, they had no interest. Narottam was even born in a rich family. He was a prince. He was kind of like that guy with the Buddha. You know, the Buddha was a prince and ended up renouncing everything. Well, the same thing with Narottam. He was not interested in doing sinful things or religious things. All he did was meditate with devotion on the name of God. That's the path we are following here. Some of us still, I mean, I still have attachments to things. I'm not like Narottam in that way. I mean, Narottam didn't have anything. These guys, these Goswamis, very, very amazing. They came at the time of Lord Chaitanya, and they're very powerful devotees. But by their mercy, we're able to follow that path and basically get rid of all our problems that way. Work things out, work out our desires and everything, but still make steady, continuous progress on the path of prema. I mean, this is my experience. Still going deeper, getting more attracted. See, just more insights, more. That's what it's all about. And then we just working out our desires. So you have desire for this and that, and just work it out, man. Okay, 6 babies sacrificed. So Krishna. So yeah. So yeah. So he was interested in yoga, real yoga. See, real yoga is union. Yeah, union this way, union by tasting the name of God. That's a union, the highest union. Yeah, that's why the most advanced devotees chant the holy name in intimacy and ecstasy. So, and how we prove that that's true, that this is not sahaja. Listen to the revelations and realizations on these verses. See, so you can see, oh, well, you obviously must be getting real knowledge like Bhagavad Gita 10 and real understanding. Otherwise, how can you understand these things if you're doing a false thing, if you're cheating people, if you're not really in genuine ecstatic devotion, pure love of Krishna? How can you come up with these things? How can you understand these verses that no one else can understand? Explain these verses no one else can explain. How can that be done? Has to be real. See? Now, isn't that thinking logically and clearly? This gets you out of believing these illusionists. They just come and say, oh, Gaurahari and Lalita Ganga, you're sahajas. You're sahajas. And they can't prove, yeah, oh, really? Well, I can prove that we're not sahajas. She might not be able to prove it as well as I can, because all she can right now do is a lot of ecstasy and some explanation, and it's just going to get better. So I'll defend that. See? Here you can see the ecstasy, and you can hear a very logical, clear explanations of these verses. That's what other proof can you get? Okay? What other best proof can you get? Otherwise, these illusionists, they keep a lot of people out of our Sangha here because people believe them. They believe, because he said Gaurahari Sahaja, and he's got a dhoti on, and he's got rubber stamps of their group, therefore Gaurahari is a Sahaja. Oh, that is such a deep way to use a standard. No, that ain't deep at all. This is deep. This is clear. Okay? Yeah. Can you explain these verses that make you so ecstatic? Because if you can, then you're Bhagavad Gita 10:10 personified. Now you represent the real scriptures. You're a devotee Bhagavat. Otherwise not. If on this path your devotion will increase more and more and more, you'll become more and more conclusive about what real devotional life is. This came very rich family. Francis, rejected the wealth. He left his parents wearing, And in Kali Yuga, you don't have to do that. The Lord came to show the power of this bhakti. Generally, they've showed these persons come and be like that. You don't have to be like that. This is so powerful, this bhakti. The Lord said, I'm going to give you this, that Saint Francis even had to struggle to attain. There's a struggle in his life. Still. The Lord is going to give all these things that these great saints aspired to attain and couldn't even attain to this platform, this level. Okay, what is this? Oh, baby, sacrifice so Krishna can appear. Infant blood to speed up the appearance. Kamsa softened up and let the couple go. But Prabhupada says Narada wanted Kamsa to act sinfully to speed up Krishna's appearance and kill all the babies of dear Devaki. Well, yeah, actually, that's why I believe this Kali Yuga has been speeded up too by the technology. See? So it causes Krishna to appear quicker because the devotees are in distress. Right now, there are many devotees. A lot of people have devotion. Not only our Sangha, there are devotees that have ecstatic devotion. You could be Christian, you could be a Muslim, you could be a Vaishnava. Do you have it? If you have it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you won't. See? So the reason God came, to the demons and the universe was because one devotee, very advanced, exalted devotee, one devotee, much less a lot of devotees, he came to save the world because of one devotee being put in distress. That's the only way to get the Lord's attention. If his devotee's in distress, he will always wants to take away the distress of his devotees. Okay? The Lord came because of Advaita's distress. Advaita was very distressed seeing the world being immersed in material life only. Very distressed about that. And the Lord came to take away his distress. See, he wasn't even distressed on his behalf. He was distressed on behalf of the world. See? And matter of fact, Lord Chaitanya has delivered this whole universe because of the distress of his one devotee, Vasudev Dutt, who came to Lord Chaitanya and said, Lord, my heart is breaking. Seeing this world, in this karma, in life after life, they're going to have to go through this misery. Please transfer all their karma my head. Let me suffer perpetually, forever. Just put it on my head only. Let me suffer and free them. Please do this. Boy, did that melt the Lord's heart. Okay. And what did Lord Chaitanya say? Oh, what a great desire. The Lord started to tremble. He said, oh, you don't have to suffer all of that. It's very easy for Krishna to liberate all the universes. See? So the deep, deep meaning is another revelation today coming. Thank you, Lord. I love it. See? Another deep meaning of that is that suffering, that Vasudev Dutt, this is the desire of the Lord, actually. His desires, please heap on all that karma on me. See? But the Lord won't suffer because all that karma, the world and everything of everybody heaped on the Lord, it's just thrown into the fire and it's just burned. So there's no suffering. It's just like when Jagai Madai took the karma of Jagai Madai, for a moment, his body turned black from all their karma. They killed Brahmins' wives. They raped them. They raped spiritual masters' wives. Horrible sins. And so the body of the Lord turned black, and the devotee says, hey, you look like Krishna of Vrindavan now. Black, from golden turned black. But then burned off. Because he's the supreme fire. He swallows up Maya in his mouth. Krishna can do it all, and he brings it at the perfect time. Yeah. Yeah, so this is perfect. Everything's perfect. We have our little role to play here. Yeah. Big role, actually. Maybe the biggest. Who else is going to do this work, man? Can you see anybody else doing this kind of work? I don't know, man. This is real specialist stuff. This is like brain surgery stuff, heart surgery, alchemy on the highest order, changing material emotions into spiritual emotions. Who's ever heard of such a thing? Sahajas don't use scripture. I remember you reading that once. So how can we be sahajas when you prove all these truths are right in the holy books? Show. Exactly. So that's why you guys screaming sahaja out there, you're not very smart. You're less intelligent. And this proves it. And this, if you're humble, if you truly, Krishna gives you some little shred of humility, you'll admit it. If not, you'll just want it to be victorious in an argument. It means you're just covered with a false egotism. You're just caught up in the false ego of name and fame and wanting to be important, wanting to be victorious in an argument, want to be bigger, better than more than even your big brothers. Otherwise, so, for you, go out there. The Lord has got a nice big brother. He's not very nice. He's a very mean big brother out there. The only real purpose for that, actually, if you're lucky, is to drive you over here into this camp. to bring the sheep over back to the spiritual potency. That is our work, to drive you away from big brother government. Hard rules, regulations, gonna tag you like an animal, man. You know how they tag the cows with the big thing on the ear, man? Well, that's gonna be on your wrist and in your forehead. That should be my tag. The big brother, miserable George Orwell nightmare is gonna be. Sorry, man. That's just how it is. I think it's great, man. I'm very enthusiastic about this. Drive people here. Back home to Godhead. Otherwise, they don't come. Now we don't have to be desert fathers. Desert fathers, they would go to the desert because nobody lived. They're so materially engrossed, they didn't care about anything. Here we got motivation for the people. You'll see increasingly. Cameras are going up right now, man. Masks are on, more masks every day. I went in one mall, then every store, everybody's afraid. Then more temperature checks. Ooh, they're going wild. I went on the boat yesterday. Man, listen to this. I go on the boat. Now the signs are, you ever see those ping pong paddle signs? Looks like a ping, and all these ladies walking around, all ladies. And they look, I had the mask on like this. Like this. And the ladies with the ping pong paddle says, put it up. And they keep walking up and down looking like Nazi Germany. Look, put that mask above the nose because they know nobody wants to do this. You see what's getting very draconian. They don't, no, breathing. What are you doing breathing in this world? You're the air. It's not taxable. So put that mask on, man. We're going to start taxing your carbon breathing. See, heavy taxes, Kali Yuga, 12th canto. Everything is going to be, isn't that amazing? They want to tax the friggin' air. They want to tax the water. That's why these smart meters tax your electricity, tax. Come here, tax-free environment, man. Want tax-free? Come here, man. The Lord will take the taxes off. Oh, your body may be taxed, all these, whatever, Now he's going to give you freedom, even in this world. You'll be happy, even in a world of this thing here, because you have God, you finish your thing. He'll keep you or take you out whenever is right to do. You live free in your soul, and you do what you can do for your brothers and help them if they want to be helped. People have a great opportunity now, man. Great. You Vites out there in ISKCON and all of your groups, all of them, you could come here and get the highest wealth and benefit and everything. We prove it every day. We already have fructification of ecstatic prema bhakti in this Sangha. There's no lying here. There's no cheating here, no exaggeration here. It really works. I got the real order of Prabhupada, got the real blessing of Krishna. And it's proven that it's all real deal. You want the raw deal? Well, don't come here, man. You'll get a raw deal. Very raw, very bad, very dark. Yeah. So anyway, it's exciting times. Perfect timing and circumstance also. Some countries, places, they are steps ahead and steps behind, all process in the same. Yeah. And basically that's it. The thing is, the Lord gives us so much benefit, so much protection, even in the material world. You don't have to listen to them. You could dodge some of these bullets, and bullets in the form of that stuff. You know that. I mean, you just figure ways out. The Lord will help. He'll help. Even if you end up getting it, so what? I mean, try not to, because it's really it's not a good thing. Oh yeah, yesterday I just hear this more and more. It's all coming out now. I met an elderly couple, and they said, our lives have changed. She says, we took these shots, and our health is so bad now. As soon as we did that, our pain, we still tremendous pains, and now I went and blood test, and it didn't terrible things, and our health is really bad. We're so sorry we did this, and hearing this from our friends, they're telling me this, and I'm not the only ones. So all of this is coming to light. See, so Lord will give you protection.
Yeah. Can I say something on that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I saw a very simple method. A person, he took one drop of blood of people who got the injections, and he put it under the microscope, and he could just see everything. He could see who had taken the shot or not. He could see who was polluted by radiation. He could see a lot, just from that. And the people who saw their blood, yeah, and saw the damage, they just had to cry.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, send me the
spontaneously
video.
started to cry.
Yeah, send me the video, because I already saw some like that too. They taking the blood stuff and doing that. So yeah, so there's this is all under the influence of the Lord. He's culling the population. It's this time. You could see unwanted population. A lot of people, they're just, I walk down the street, the blaring. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. People just come totally mundane, man. Mundane, like materialists. And they sitting in restaurants and loud. It's just, it's the point of, I could see why this is happening. And the people are so darkened, and they maybe not won't listen, and the Lord is just taking the planet. So anyway, it's all, that's why I'm not here to fight all this. I'm here to fight this way. It's a battle of the lips. The truth will set you people free. That's why Jesus, he didn't get involved. They wanted him, that who is a Barabbas. Barabbas said, Jesus, you're the king, man. You should come here and take over the world like this. See, you should fight the Romans. And Jesus said, my kingdom is not of this world. See, I'm here to bring people into that kingdom. They're not here to fight these battles between demons and demigod things. This is the fight for the souls of anyone and everyone. This is the truth, man. We're here to reveal the truth, man, the truth of the glories of the name and the pastimes and the association of the real Vaishnavas, real devotees now. It's time to get real. This is the apocalypse, man, to bring even the Vaidhi Bhaktas out of hypocritical worship of Krishna with gurus who haven't realized the Lord. It's time to get out of that. You had 50 years of that. Anybody realize that that's not the door? That's not the way? That's idolatry? Have you figured that out now? It's time for the apocalypse. Time for the truth. Come from the lips to liberate people, by the knowledge of the truth and set people free. Whoever believes this preaching, you're cut free from illusions that you believe in. It is only your faith and illusion that's keeping you there. Keeping you under the influence of Maya's duplicity and hypocrisy and religion. See, we're here under the truth. See, abandon all varieties of religion and surrender to Krishna. Krishna is the truth. Radha is the truth. Love of Krishna is the truth. It's time to do that. This is the apocalypse coming from these lips. Okay? This is the truth that's going to set people free. Otherwise, you listen for the lips of these gurus, 1,000 of them, hundreds of them. You listen to the lips of these politicians and these so-called doctors, sellout doctors. you're going to be destroyed. Yeah. What else, Tom? Anything else you want to say?
And I'm so to fight this battle, we have to fight on the level of the soul and not on the superficial levels.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the level of the soul's relationship with the Lord. We wake that up here, make you a son of God in this world. So you show people this is the way of the soul. This is the way of reality. Otherwise, nobody knows. They're all teaching this is the way of the body. This is the way of rules and regulations in religion. This is the way of worshiping the hypocritical persons who say they represent God in the spiritual world, but don't. No, that's not the way. This is the way. Who really represents the transcendental Lord truly, genuinely, ecstatically, truthfully. That's the narrow gate. You see, we keep putting emphasis on the narrow gate. Go through the gate. Broad is the way of destruction. All these slow paths that take many lifetimes, even Narayam Raj's path. Oh, Prema Bhakti, many lifetimes. And it's true. I don't see any signs of Prema in that Sangha. They don't even like this preaching. Look, they won't even let Shamaguri into their Sangha unless they renounce Gaurahari Das's Sangha. So what is that proof of? What is that proof of? Do you see how it works? They say they have purebhakti.com and everything, but they don't like purebhakti.com. Purebhakti.com is coming to them. See, they don't like it. Shows you they don't have it. It's not the real deal. You see how it works? The Son is the real representative, the real associate of Lord Chaitanya in this world, the real associate of Jesus in this world. See? And they radiate the truth through their lips. See, through the apocalypse. They radiate that. Okay. And then it illuminates the darkness. And then see the darkness comes in. Hey, Gaurahari Das. I'm Radhanath, but I don't like Gaurahari. He told my disciple, he's not a representative of the disciplic line. Oh, really? What's that saying? He's not there. He's not, you followers of Radhanath. You're following somebody who's blind still. Of course, this is the representation of the disciplic succession. And you're saying it's not. Therefore, you are blind. And you've got blind followers because they're believing in your word and not these lips over here. These lips are made for talking. It's all about the lips. There's a song by this, what's her name? Hey, what's that song there, Amy? You probably know, by Mary something Trainer. That's her name. About lips. It's all about the lips or something. I used to do karaoke to that one too. Which one? These lips are moving. These lips are moving. Yeah. These lips are moving. Something like that. Got to have moving lips, man. Are they progressive lips? You want progressive bhakti, you need progressive lips. They got to move just in the right dance, the right way. You ever see these people? They're crooked in their mind. Their lips are a little bit, when they talk, it's a little crooked, you know? You ever seen people? I did. I've seen it. It was like, hey, there's something crooked there, man. See, their mind is a little crooked and their lips become crooked. Body language. Megan Trainor. Yeah, Megan. What is it? What was the name of that song? These lips are moving or something? Yeah. Okay, we'll take a little break now. Thank you very much. It's been an awesome morning, man. Another power-packed punch. Man, the really intoxicating punch we had today. See, the punch has to be an intoxicating punch. See, you notice? Punch, punch. See, the more intoxicated you get worshiping Radha and Krishna, the better punch you got in this world. You got to have the punch to do that, though. You know, it's got to be spiked, man. With Radha and Krishna, they're in the ingredients in the punch you're drinking, and then you really pack a punch on Maya, man. See, punch, punch. 1, 2, punch, boom. See, punch, punch, boom, punch, boom. See, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. Punch, boom, punch, boom. That's Krishna consciousness in a nutshell. Drink the Kool-Aid, man. This is cool stuff. This ain't the Kool-Aid of Jonestown, my friends. This is Kool-Aid that'll you'll live here, man. You know, drink this Kool-Aid, man. It's very cool and very sweet. You want Kool-Aid? Come here. This This is made with honey, not sugar. Not that stuff. Make you like this honey, sweet honey, man, from bees, intoxicating bees. See, this honey is produced by devotees, intoxicated devotees. Okay? You got to drink this Kool-Aid, man. This Kool-Aid, you'll live. Otherwise, the shadow is you'll die. The Jonestown thing. You get a lot of Jonestown stuff nowadays. Dear future husband. That's another one. That's another one there. Yeah, you got to give the pow, and then you get the wow. All right, well, great, man. Okay, we'll see you later. Thanks for coming, Tom and Amy and Janakis and Johans and everybody else. And thank you, and we'll be back. We're already looking forward to our next meeting. Isn't it nice to have something to look forward to? You know, you don't have to even give that up. Everybody is looking forward to something mundane. Here we're looking forward to something spiritual. Isn't that amazing? Everything is transformed. That's why Krishna consciousness in the right hands is a very natural transition. You look forward to mundane things. Now you start to look forward to spiritual meetings, spiritual awakenings, meetings of Radha and Krishna. See, you have something to look forward to. Everything is just transformed into something more beautiful. You were a worm before and you become a butterfly. See, just turn the light on here. Just flash it, man. The light bulb is here. Charya Mukunda. Oh, hey there. I appreciate your deeds. Oh, thank you. Intermission time. Yeah, intermission. We'll go off on this intermission and come back in an hour or two. I'll take my little walk. We'll have a Japa session. Taste that holy name more. Go deeper in the name. Maybe a little Sankirtan. Let's see. Hare Krishna. Check my little crypto stocks here. Hey, man, you got to take care of business, man. Especially now, the fiat money system's ready to collapse.
Okay. They are doing silver and gold and all kinds of grasping ropes.
Oh yeah, people are grasping for everything now. You know,
yeah.
You got to grasp for this. This is solid, man. People, they can't find any shelter in the silver, gold, or anything. Everything can be with this technology. Everything can be. You know, like you just know nothing. There's no real shelter, but really this awakening this relationship with our transcendental God, the Lord, the true Lord. Really, this is really the only escape. The Lord, and that's why, in the sense, this is really wonderful time, because it's driving. There's no other. You know how many people are becoming Christians and dedicating their lives to God now? Many. If it wasn't because of this time, they wouldn't have done it. Yeah. So it's a great time. It's a wonderful time. It's going to be intense for a lot of things, but hey, man. Mm. See, you're doing great. The power of Hare Krishna Japa, and to the social level, really great. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of like Prabhupada. He liked to bring everything into cohesion. See, like multidimensional work. See how it is related. A lot of people in Krishna consciousness, even teachers and gurus, they've a lot of times they just Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna Krishna. Okay, that's fine, but this is more like Prabhupada. He made it more relatable, more like made a bridge from where we are to Krishna. That's what I like, and I think we're following in the footsteps of these acharyas, practical, show where it all relates and how to make the bridge, how to transform our mundane emotions into spiritual reality, spiritual emotions reposed on God. I mean, and it works. This is working. People are changing. Yeah, teach them Veda too. I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, teaching them Veda from the highest pastimes. Teach them, take Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur and bring it down, ground it on the earth here, so people can hear it and understand it. See, get a nice purport on it. Well, the Lord's helping in all these ways. Okay, that's it. Haribo, nice to see you guys. See you later, alligator.